Hmm. What have I done this time? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elston. Welcome to my channel, Elstonation, and yes, I've done something stupid. So many of you may know that I do big things from time to time. I'm a small person, so I have a bit of a complex, so I need to do big things to compensate. This time I decided to do something really dumb. I thought I originally had a plan of what I was doing, and I thought there was good intention. However, now that I look back on it, it seems a bit weird. So I'm going to take you through the process of what I did and how I got here. So I'm not going to lie, as YouTubers, we try and think of the next big thing to come out with so that you have something enjoyable to watch, something new, something refreshing, something innovative. And this time I thought I'd do one gigantic flex and make that interesting. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to make this interesting, because what I've done is borderline insanity. So what I'll do is I'll take you through this from start to finish and how I got here, and then you can see if there is any kind of logic to why I just built every single model kit that I own. The concept of this video started off with what I thought was a brilliant idea in my head. Okay, let's do something big, one gigantic flex to make something memorable to look at on YouTube. And what I did instead was create some kind of goddamn monster. Here's my logic. As many of you know, building is part of the hobby process. Now, some people like it, some people dislike it. I'll put you over to Josh's video over there. He really dislikes it. I semi-enjoy it, however, it's a task that needs doing. And I thought, if I get this task done for all of them, that's one gigantic step ahead with finishing my pile of shame. Now, finishing my pile of shame is still the mythical quest that one day I hope to achieve. However, seeing this has given me a new, refreshing realization on what hell actually is. So my mindset was, okay, let's build all the kits. Now, if you didn't see my previous video before where I haven't bought models for 12 months, obviously in 2021 I went on a bit of a buying splurge and I've got some new kits. Not only did I have to contend with my old kits, I also had all the new kits I needed to assemble. So let's get to it and let's get assembling. Now, I thought I'd do it in stages, so we'll do categories for each. I started off with Blood Bowl, and I assembled all of these teams. Now, seeing all of these teams in one hit as well also gave me a daunting fact that I've got to paint all of these teams, and that was really scary. And then I thought, okay, let's move on to Necromunda. So I painted all that up, and then I realised I've got all these gangs to paint. And that was scary. Then I moved on to third-party kits and resin and stuff like that. That was relatively easy, but again, looked at all the ones I had to paint, and that was scary. Then I moved on to fantasy, and that was scary, even more so. And then I moved on to sci-fi, and this was really scary. Now I've broken that down into a relatively concise little nutshell there, but let's elaborate a little bit on this, shall we? One of the things I really wanted to do was get a giant step out of the way. As you may or may not know, that I like batch painting, and that's kind of how I work. Now what you do in batch painting is you paint one section on all the models, and then you move on to the next section on all of the models. So in my head, this was kind of a step of batch painting, because I was assembling all of the models. However, seeing things in real life is very different to how I pictured them in my head. Really scary. Now there was another motive that was going on in my head. Over the years, I've collected so many kits and so many things that I've actually started losing track of them. And I thought, okay, if I assemble them all, I can hunt them all down, find them all. Now I can't express the frustration I had when I knew I'd purchased some kits and I couldn't find them. I went rummaging around the house, looked through all my drawers of bits and bobs, and I couldn't find them. However, after getting through a good 2/3 of all the kits, I started finding these mythical kits that I'd lost. They got assembled as well. And then I have a good realization, a good visualization of what I've actually got and what my to-do list actually is. My to-do list is monstrously large, even more so now, and I'm petrified. Now, as I said, it's hard to really justify in my head what I've just done and why I've just done it. I have effectively visualized my pile of shame. Now, the problem is, what you're seeing here and what you're seeing in the clips is not my pile of shame. It's about half of it. There's still a lot more kits. So what's really scary out of all of this may seem like a vast amount to you. It seems like a terrifying amount to me. However, it's not all of it. Now, there are a few cool things out of all of this, is finding kits which were very iconic. For example, my Primark collection. I'd wanted to paint these lot for a while, and it's been a goal that I'm going to get them all painted. Assembling them all, putting them all together, was a step forward in that direction. So it was a step forward in the goal. There was also kits like the little Eisenhorn model. I know it's a tiny little model, but it's quite an iconic kit to me. It's the first book that I ever got into in 40k, and it's a model I've really wanted to paint for a long time. However, time, it's just not been on my side. Obviously, painting armies does that to you. However, now that it's assembled and I can see it, it now is a step forward and I can go, okay, I can prime that and I can get to painting. So it is a gigantic step forward. Again, horrifying step forward, but a step forward. I also decided I wanted to collect a Vampire Counts army for Warhammer Fantasy. So I got some good deals off Murfield online and some good deals off of eBay, and now have a very large Vampire Counts army as well. Also, it taught me a way of dealing with kits, plastic versus resin, and a good majority of this was resin. Learning how to best deal and handle this stuff has actually given me the ability to record another video on how to handle resin. So look forward for that coming up in the future. Now again, to justify why I've done this is very weak right now in my head. Apart from being kind of a gigantic flex, it's really quite worrying, to be fair, why my brain's done this. However, it's done. This is a monstrous collection. And you know what the worst thing about this all? I'm not the worst. Now, another thing that was going through my mind when I was doing all of this was the wastage in the space. Will these models actually make less room? Or will they make more room once they're assembled? Obviously, clipping all the models off the sprues, this is now done away with the sprue. A byproduct of this as well was the sprues and all the wastage that came off of those. Sprues are non-recyclable plastic, so check out this pile. This is all waste that will effectively end up in landfill if I don't do something else with it. So, on that note, I'm not chucking any of these sprues away. These are going to turn into something else. I'm not going to throw these away because you got to do something for the environment, and like chucking all of this away is just a death trap for someone somewhere else, some animal, and it's just not fair. So I'm going to make something out of these. Now all the cardboard and all the cellophane wrap I can't do much with, unfortunately that's going to go in the bin. But the cardboard is recyclable, and also I'm keeping a lot of the boxes because I'm selling loads of bits as well. So, all good on that front. All recyclable, and all the packaging at the side, again keeping that for sending off to other people when I sell stuff. Whenever I sell stuff. Now, there are some caveats in all of this. I have not assembled all of my Heresy Space Marines. Why? Because Heresy 2.0 is on the way, and I really want to see if I can make something new out of it. But yeah, Heresy 2.0 is on the way. Yeah! A lot of people think small. However, I am small, so I think big. Weirdly, now that I look at all of this, I'm struck with a sense of what I'm capable of and what I have to do going forward. As much as this may look like a horrifying amount, this is not insurmountable for me. I've painted armies this large before in a very short period of time. Now that I can see it all out on the table, gives me an understanding of what I got to do next. Also, I get to see cool things like my Dragon army is on the way. My Titan is fully assembled, and also my Star Wars Legion stuff is out now, so I can paint all of that. Droids are a bitch to assemble. What's the purpose of this video? In all honesty, I haven't got a bloody clue. I've just assembled everything I own, and it's nightmare fuel. However, it's assembled, and now I can organise my life into dealing with it. I think I may well have to do a stop buying minis again until all of this is painted, but at least I can see now what is painted, which is phenomenal. Love it, actually love it. However, brain is also in overdrive. Very contradictory thoughts right now. Loving it and terrified at the same time. This is my strange little video about assembling everything I own. Again, as I said, I started off with great intentions for this video. I spent 2 months assembling it thinking this will be a great video. And now that I look back on it, I'm thinking this is a weird ass video. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure I did. Right, I gotta go because I've got to do something with all of this. If you've enjoyed this video, you might not have enjoyed it, you might have just been confused. If so, appreciate that. Stick it in the comments below why you got confused. I fully anticipate there will be a lot of comments. If you like the video, stick comments in below, hit the like, smash that bell, you know, all that silly stuff that you do for YouTube. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, once I've dealt with this lot. Enjoy, see ya! small, so I think big. What? I thought this would be a good one, but now that I look back on it, I'm having trouble justifying what the hell I've just done. I'm having trouble justifying it myself. I'm having a hard time justifying what I've just done. Right. Why? Why do I hate myself?